Hi YouTube, it's Melissa or Melly's VSG 2012 coming to you with a very extremely late post-op. I actually haven't been on here in a while. I haven't even really checked my messages or anything with YouTube for a while. I've been really into Instagram and I've been keeping in contact with a lot of people through there and posting daily things through there. But I have neglected my YouTube channel and I have been getting requests and stuff saying, where are you? I'm still alive, I'm fine, everything's okay. It's just life has become so busy and it's so hard to actually sit here for 10 minutes and talk about something when I can snap a picture and post a little something about it underneath on Instagram. It's a lot easier. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, I usually, post things a couple times a week, sometimes several times a week. It is Melly Me 03. Again, that's Melly Me 03. Let me double check because sometimes I give it wrong. It is Melly Me, Melime 03. And like I said, I post stuff on there usually daily or at least every couple of days. But I am okay. I know I haven't given you the numbers in a while. I think I have been a little disappointed in myself. Not that I'm cheating, not that I'm messing anything up, because it's like it's quite the opposite. I am like really strict on myself about not eating and drinking together. I'm really strict on myself about what I eat. I'm really strict about myself on the protein I get, on the carb intake, trying to stay away from bad, unhealthy food, and I'm exercising. So it makes it difficult when you don't lose the weight as fast as you would hope. But in the last month and a half, and I think since I've had another post, a video that I've made, I've really come to terms with myself, and I've really sat myself down and looked in the mirror and told myself that I'm doing an awesome job, that I don't need to rely so much on the number. And to prove to myself how much I don't need to rely on the number, I have cut back on weighing myself. I was obsessive with weighing myself, and I think that's a problem. When you're weighing yourself 5 or 6 times a day, I think that means there's something wrong, or there's on the verge of being something wrong. Because when I weigh myself in the morning, weigh myself at night, if I gain 2 pounds, it makes you feel like you've done something wrong, when in actuality, you've done nothing wrong. You should really just weigh yourself that one time, the same time every day. But I've gone a little farther than that, and I'm not weighing myself daily. I'm really trying to weigh myself every other day, every couple of days. I'm trying to break that habit of looking at the scale and the scale determining how I'm going to feel that day. That is something that I am battling with. I've been battling with it since I had the surgery, and I decided, and I looked at the scale one day and I told myself that was not going to define me. It wasn't going to define my mood. It wasn't going to define how I'm doing. It wasn't going to do any of that. It was there to guide me and to be a guide to me, to let me know if I'm doing something wrong or right. But even then, the scale doesn't reflect muscle gain. The scale doesn't reflect water weight. The scale doesn't reflect if I'm bloated. The scale doesn't reflect how much my clothes weigh. It doesn't do any of that. So I really just use it as basically a guide. And I wish I could tell you that it's something easy to do. It's not. I have been trying to step back from the scale since I had the surgery, but it has become such a part of me and part of my daily routine. Weigh myself when I got up, weigh myself when I went to the bathroom, weigh myself after I ate, weigh myself before I ate, after I ate, weigh myself a little later, weigh myself just for the heck of it, weigh myself because I'm scratching my head and I feel like weighing myself for everything, before I went to bed, everything. It was just like an excessive amount of weighing myself. So I'm really proud of myself that in the last few weeks I have pushed away from that and have really decided that wasn't going to determine my day. It wasn't going to determine what I was doing. It was, yes, it's a part of what I'm doing, but there's so much more to this weight loss journey than just that. So I'm rambling on. Let me kind of get into the numbers and just go from there. I think the last video I made, I was at $2.99, and I want to say that was 7 months post-op. Today I was $2.83. That is like a 16-pound loss, I think, in 3 months. So it's only like 4 pounds a month. So yes, my weight loss has it really has slowed down. I am still working out, not quite as much as I was before, because my work has just become very overwhelming lately, but I'm still working out about 3 times a week. Elliptical, I do Zumba now. I'm not sure if I talked about Zumba, but I have been doing Zumba, and it's so much fun. I have no rhythm at all. I was born with no rhythm. So, but I figured as long as I'm in there and I'm sweating and I'm moving and I'm exercising and I'm having fun, that doesn't matter. So I just kind of go to the back of the class and do what I think I can do and shake what I think I can move, and it's fun. And if they go left and I go right, I just laugh it off and keep going. So, I like it. I don't know when the last time I gave my BMI, but it looks like my BMI is at 50 right now. I think when I started, I was at 60 something, so that is, awesome. I do know that my fat percentage is 50, fat mass is 143, and my my muscle weight is 142. So I don't have any numbers to compare it to because I lost my slip that I had last time. So I want to get the numbers for you and then like kind of post them underneath or something later on, maybe later on this week when I get in touch with the nurse so they can give me that information over the phone. And I'll let you know because it's been a month there, and I can kind of compare the muscle and everything from there. So yes, my weight slowed down. Have I changed my mind about having the other operation? Not yet. No, I'm still really trying to hold back release for at least another 6, 7, 8 months to see how far this one surgery can take me. And I mean, I just want to come on here and tell you guys I'm alive and I'm doing okay and it's fine, and I am super happy. I am in about size 20 now. It ranges at 22, 20. My clothes, depending on how it's made, it's usually about a 2X. Although I did buy an extra large sweater the other day in the Mrs. department, which was like, I don't know, it was like awesome. It was like the heavens opened up and angels came down and they were playing their little harps, and I saw like the light and I almost went towards it, and yeah, like I saw little birdies around my head, like all that stuff, like stars and everything. That was me at that time. Now, I still think that sweater runs kind of big because it's a sweater. I'm not saying that I can just go and pick up anything in the Mrs. department. I can't. I probably can't pick up most things from the Mrs. department, but just to know that I have something from there, it gives me something to strive for. So I'm like extremely, extremely happy about that. But yeah, I've been basically living my life, and like I said, I Instagram a lot of the food I eat. I Instagram a lot of the things I try and make little silly videos sometimes, and sometimes it's irrelevant to weight loss and it's just me being goofy or me being stupid, but I think probably 75% of the time it is about that. So you should definitely check that out. A wonderful weight loss community, and I just came back from a support group today, and I actually really liked it because it was more of like a free-form support group. Everybody kind of talked about things, and they asked me what made me so successful, because the nurse knows that I do not cheat. I am like very strict on myself. I am like very disciplined in how I get to that. And it was funny because she put me on the spot, and I can't really answer you how I stay away from the things I stay away from. I don't know. I almost feel like if you never start it back up, like seriously, taste buds change after surgery. I really, really do think that. And I feel like if you start winging yourself back on them, it's harder to get off. But if you leave them cold turkey and just don't go back to it, you don't really miss it as much as you think. So, it doesn't mean I'm perfect. No, it doesn't mean I don't have a bite of this or that every once in a while. Of course I do. Example, I think my mom had an ice cream from McDonald's like this weekend, and I asked her to save me some, so she did. I probably had about 3 or 4 spoonfuls of whatever was left on the bottom, and I'm okay with that. But I also know that that's it. You know, I'm not going to push myself for more. I know, and if that's a trigger for food for you, you should definitely stay away from that, because there are trigger foods for me. Pizza is a trigger food for me. I don't eat pizza because why? I can't stop. I will probably overeat, throw up, and then go eat again because I feel like I threw up, so I need to eat more. And it's just one of those things. Sweets, not so much. I was never a huge sweet person to begin with, but I do get the cravings sometimes, and I do take a bite of this and that. But I also know that if it comes to a point where something, like I told them, the Oh Yeah bars at one time became an issue to me. The doctor always said, one Oh Yeah bar, small Oh Yeah bar a day, don't do more than that, because you're going to push your carbs. So I was fine, and then at one time I was starting to take a bite of another one, and then it was becoming half, and then before I knew it, I had eaten 2 that day. So it got to a point where I finished that box and I didn't buy any for like a month, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, if I'm going to buy these again, you need to know that you can only have one. So I feel like I have a lot of discipline, and I feel like this surgery really did. It's something like before surgery you really have to commit to in your brain and in your head that, you know, you can't, you know, you need to do this and do that. And I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. You know, I go to my friend's party, and yeah, I have like a couple bites of a cake, but I also know that's it. I'm not going to sit there and serve myself a full size of cake. I mean, the other day I think we went to a meeting for work, and they passed around cake, and I wanted it because everyone's eating it, and I didn't want to feel out of, you know what I mean, like you want to because everyone else is. And I did, and I had like 2 or 3 bites, and then I put a paper towel and I was like crumbling stuff and putting it all over there so I wouldn't pick on it again. I know one of the ladies like, what are you doing? Because it was like a big piece of cake, and I was just like, I knew what I could eat, and I put the stuff on top to let myself know it's trash, you're done, it's over with. So I never claim to be perfect. I don't want anyone to think I'm perfect and I don't mess up, because everyone messes up and it's totally normal. But I try really hard, especially Monday through Friday, to be really strict on myself and to eat several times. I actually hadn't come on here and I told you guys I actually had an issue about 2 or 3 weeks ago where I was having dizzy spells.